Good morning. I am changing my setup at this point. I have a new kind of setup for my new program for STA, and it has caused me to need to upgrade several things because I'm going to be doing readings as they come in for medical. So I just want to say that I haven't been podcasting as much, and I'm probably not going to be as I make my way through my program. But at any rate, I am going to just quickly do a podcast today to kind of catch everybody up with what's happening. So I'm going to grab a deck of cards, which my cards I keep up here, and I am just going to, here we go. I have a couple of decks here that I'm going to pull from. So I had done a reading the other day, and I've been kind of feeling a lot of social emotional tension, and I've been talking a lot about ascension symptoms in the last couple of videos. And myself, I'm really experiencing a lot. I am by my chart a Leo, and we're in Capricorn right now, which is the opposite, which is kind of a detrimental place for me. I always find myself at this time of year really feeling overwhelmed and having maybe a little bit of more trouble socially, emotionally, not anything I can't recover from. And today, of course, we're in Capricorn, okay, and the decan is going to be Mars. And in addition to that, it's going to be Saturn. Okay. So we have Earth, fire, fire. Okay. In terms of the day. So keep that in mind. So we're going to have, maybe have some structure and limitations. Saturn, Mars, as we go forward and attempt to bring our energy and the way we want it to be seen. And then Jupiter, where we want to expand. So for some it could be really good, and for some it might not be as good. It depends on how you embrace this energy. So because there's so much ascension energy going on, I just want to kind of touch upon it. I'm going to use the Voyager tarot, and I did a reading on this the other day, but it's 2 days out, and as far as I'm concerned, when it's a couple days out, it's not really something I can do anymore. And so I'm just going to go ahead and ask the cards to tell me about what's happening. And we get this card, time, space, okay, where we have this energy, time and space. And let me just kind of look at it and think about what I see here, where there's this hardness, and we're led from this space of hardness. And that hardness, in a way, you can see these kind of threads down in here, right through here. And it's starting to say that the hardness and the conduction of the hardness is leading to us to have this energy down here, like it's leaking out what is our health, our vitality, our way of being is leaking. And of course, where is this going? Well, we have a new moon coming up right here in Aquarius, I think on the 21st, where humanity, all of us are really trying to collect and see what it is that is no longer serving for us. And the number 20 card is going to kind of reflect back for that 2-0 things in partnership, how we partner, what that means, what we do when we go to the doctor. Does it work for us? Does it not work for us? I mean, there's so many little things here about this time that we're in. And as I study this medical astrology, what I can tell you that is so very troubling to me is the fact that we do not really address ever, in a way, the medical truths underneath the covers. We want to talk about, well, if you're sick, there might be something spiritually and principally wrong with you, therefore it's your fate and punishment. And even though we don't ever say it that way, they monkey with this. As a cancer patient, if I, and this is a true story, I'm afraid to go to the hospital for anything, because if I get in there and I sign something that says, yes, I want treatment, they can literally decide I need treatment for other things. So you have to be really mindful. We're in a time where, now I'm not saying that they would, because they probably wouldn't, but at the same time, I don't want to find out. And I don't like the terms and conditions we're under medically. I don't like that in order to get along in society, you have to go get jabs. I don't like it. I don't feel like it's true. And I don't feel like it's helpful. I don't feel like it's good for our health. So where are we going with all this? Well, where this is going is they've been more or less the magician, and therefore we need to become the magicians of our lives. We need to kind of figure out that there's been a lot of sleight of hand, and we need to come up with our own magic to come forward, because really what we're talking about here is, again, there's a lot of things that they've come at us with that haven't been helpful at all, that have really created a lot of harm. And we're about to see that. And I have a friend who contacted me yesterday and said, so and so died and so died. And what's going on? And why are so many people passing right now? We're going to see that this year. We're going to see a lot of people just saying, nope, this isn't for me. This contract isn't working. I'm out of here. And vital force is way down. And you think about it, we're in a divine 7 year, which, if you think of 7 of Cups, it's illusion and delusion, right? Relationships really not being in a good place, people not really feeling heard, people really not feeling good about what we have in terms of care. And I know for me, it's really been off-putting as a stage 4 cancer patient. The medical care I have received has been so poor that I don't even consider I might as well gone to a mechanic in a car garage, and I probably would have got better services. I could have probably come out better. That's sad. It's a really sad statement. But they used to be barbers, not doctors. The astrologers were, before 1666, the medical providers, not the barbers. Okay, we got our profession stolen from us in every way, and that's not uncommon. That's not uncommon in today's world. There's a lot of theft. There's a lot of intellectual theft. And as an astrologer, I'm learning about this, and I'm learning to say, okay, I'm going to keep my distance from people who want to take from me and intellectually and understand for themselves and make money off of what I know. So the last card I'm going to pull for this is the universe. Wow, we got all major arcana. So this is a really, there is some real heavy truth to these ascension symptoms. And this is the universe card number 21, which is going to be a sacred number, which is also going to break down into a 3, where you can see in the background the stone figure embracing, the feminine energy, where we've been held captive and where they've just not wanted our feminine intuition. And they still don't. If my podcast kind of get suppressed a lot, because what am I saying? I'm saying things that are kind of anti-system. They're, in a way, not that I'm really anti-system. I'm not. I pay my bills. I do my responsible behaviors, whatever. I adult. But at this time, where we're at is that it's just gotten really cold, sectarian. And where are we going? We need to expand beyond that. We need to spiritually expand. My Sag in first house, Jupiter, says that we need to expand ourselves spiritually for our own very own survival. And so we get a card number 21. And it's saying that, we need to come out with our instincts in our lotus flower and do our work. Every one of us, shadow work. And so I'll tell you something. One of the reasons I don't do relationship readings and why I don't really advertise myself is, oh yeah, contact me, I'll do a tarot card reading, is because 99.999% of the time, you're not in a relationship, or your relationship ended because of something you need to work on. And maybe your partner needed to work on some things too. Not out of the question that that's the reality of relationships. But at this time, people thinking that, yeah, that didn't work, I can just go find something else and I can just contact a reader. Don't do that, because what you need to do is contact a reader like myself and get a tarot scope done, which is something I offer, where I go in and I help you understand what is the patterning, how am I failing at this, and why. Because usually there's more to it than just that it's somebody else's fault. It usually isn't somebody else's fault. Sometimes we don't want to be accountable, but a lot of times it is us that's having the issue. So with that, please do consider like, share, and subscribe, and joining me on my YouTube channel. And also consider booking a reading of various types. And we're going to have kind of a listing of the readings. I'm going to start putting them in my description of what all is available. And thank you so much for joining me here today.